Hey guys, my name is Neel and welcome to Neel Workshop Zone. So in this episode we're going to be talking about JavaScript. So in my previous video I talked about the differences between JavaScript and CSS and what makes both of these so different and also so similar. So if you haven't checked it out, I recommend checking out that episode. But in that episode I talked about JavaScript and what JavaScript is. So by watching that video you can actually understand most of the stuff that I will be talking about in this video. But even if you didn't, I will still recap or brief upon what is JavaScript. So yeah, today we will be learning about JavaScript. So without further ado, let's talk about it. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a scripting language that we can use to manage or create dynamic web pages. So what are dynamic web pages, you may ask? To put it into simple context, basically when you're opening a website and you're seeing a website, anything that has movement to it and isn't static, you can call it as a dynamic web page. And JavaScript is used to make sure or used to make that the website that you're currently seeing is dynamic and is moving and there are interactable elements within it. So that is how JavaScript is mostly used. Now, any web developer or any newbie web programmer usually thinks of learning JavaScript, CSS and HTML as the first programming or scripting languages. So the reason why most web developers choose JavaScript and CSS and HTML for designing a web page or for web developing is because these three are the main backbone of a web page. So for example, first you have the HTML, which is the main backbone of the web page. It has the syntax, it has the design, everything that makes the web page workable is created on HTML. And then you have the CSS, which provides a style for the web page. So CSS makes sure that the web page is unique, bold, fresh, and makes the web page that you're using right now stand out from the other web pages. And last but not least, you have JavaScript, which you can use to make the web page much more interactive and dynamic. So these three you can say are the backbone in developing a web page. And today we're going to be talking about JavaScript. So this is the brief recap of JavaScript as I told you. So now let's talk about some JavaScript features that makes it unique and makes it worthwhile to work on. So without further ado, let's talk about the features. So some of the features are, well, there are a lot, but I'll talk about some of the main ones. The first one is apparently it is the most popular language. You can say scripting, I would say it's scripting language. It's the most popular scripting language that is currently being used, and you can use it to create really great dynamic web pages. And the best thing about JavaScript is that there are readily made frameworks which you can use, and one of the advantages of JavaScript that you can say is that since JavaScript has been in the the internet for a really long while, the features of JavaScript and the programming language itself is so popular that there are a lot of frameworks and mods available to make JavaScript much more better by adding more features to it. So it also has support, and the next thing is that it can also be used in mobile applications or mobiles, tablets, etc. So it makes it applicable on a lot of we can say multiple devices. I have to take my duster real quick. Just rub this out. So like I was saying, it can be used on multiple devices. And the next thing that I could say is that since JavaScript is such an important and popular language, there's a lot of demand for programmers to know how to program in JavaScript, making JavaScript a really great way to get high pay salary jobs for those who are learning JavaScript. So demand, you can say, and JavaScript is also really flexible. And like I said again, since it's been from a really long time, there are a lot of frameworks or mods that we can use, to make JavaScript much more better and also give us a lot more features. So these are some of the main features of JavaScript that makes it really unique. There are still a little bit more, but I have talked about it in the previous video like I mentioned. But yeah, these are the new points that makes JavaScript much more unique. Now let's talk about what ways or in what ways the JavaScript scripting language is used. So JavaScript is, well, we don't need to talk now, but JavaScript is used in developing web pages like I've talked about right now, but it is also used or can be used to make mobile applications as well. By using frameworks such as React Native, you can make sure that you can use JavaScript to make sure that you can also work on mobile applications. And on web pages, you might have seen multiple times where you can play games on web pages, etc. Right? Even I grew up playing games on web pages, and if you probably grew up or if you know about it, JavaScript was probably responsible for making that happen in some way or the other. And it's also used nowadays for back-end development. Now, JavaScript is mostly used for front-facing development, like, you know, I just said dynamic web pages, etc. But due to a lot of other like frameworks, we can also use JavaScript for back-end development as well. So yeah, that is basically about JavaScript in a nutshell. So this is the introduction to JavaScript, and that is basically about what makes JavaScript unique, the definition of JavaScript, and in future videos we'll learn more about JavaScript. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any new videos. And that's all folks, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.